This week on the show, we're doing things a little bit different. We're not just going to show you the art, we're taking you into the mind of the artist.
From the creative process, inspiration to mastery of their artistry. Let's dive in.
Known as the hip-hop savant, Moto is a conscious hip-hop artist who uses his platform to highlight social issues, including politics, human relationships, and the importance of cultural identity. He's also actively involved in youth development in his home area of Mombasa. You know what, the one song of yours which I heard and just really get all over the place in my head was Msafiri.
Msafiri.
The subject, the content, the idea of the song, it was so heavy. I remember the part for Swahili,
Msafiri, Kafiri,
and I was like, something deep with that one.
What the track or the song itself inasimamia traveler, just a traveler.
Yeah.
Nilipokuwa naanza kufanya hiyo pen game yangu, nilianza kuiangalia kama wale watu wanaotoka kwenye nchi yao, alafu wana travel to different, unajua, ama overseas, kutafuta maisha mazuri kwa sababu nchi yao labda kuna corruption, kuna mambo ya wanaambiwa kwamba wanakaa idle na vitu kama hivyo, ama ajira pia hakuna. Alafu pia part nyingine ni usafiri kwa sababu my mind, mimi wanapenda kusafiri kwa vitabu, I'm a good writer. So akili yangu niliingiza katika vitabu na kufikiria, for example, wewe ni Mwafrika lakini Uafrika unakuondokea. You are an African.
Yes, you look it.
But you don't have anything to do with African. So yule mtu anaimba yuko kama diaspora. So ana miss kurudi Africa. Ana miss that the times alikuwa Africa, ama the stories of Africa, the oral traditional, you know, the culture, everything, the food, the lifestyle, everything. So hiyo ndio usafiri ambao nilifikiria mimi. It's more poetic. Haiskai katika idea moja, maudhui moja. Inakaa katika maudhui karibia 7 nadhani.
This is why you need to listen to every single thing this dude right here does. Like, there's so many that I want to go through with you. Kama ongea. Like, he talked about a very serious thing, despite the fact that we know of the injustice that's happened. And I feel like when you do a song like that, Maze, it's very important to have those messages put out.
Ongea is one of the classic song napenda.
Ulipata any threats from?
Yeah, of course. Kuna polisi moja hapo Mombasa walioniita wakaniuliza kwamba kuna claim fulani nafaa nisipende kuongea sana. Alafu anasema kwa kuwa mimi ni public figure, I have that so-called voice of the voiceless, nipunguze, like wanahitaji kunichongea kalamu yangu. Niliongea kitu ambacho kila mtu anataka kuongea but anaogopa. To me is I'm not just a rapper, not rhyme and poetry. I don't do that. I'm not a rapper. I've never been a rapper. I'm an MC. I move the crowd. I'm an activist actually in a body of an artist. I think walinita juzi, there's this grandfather fulani hapo Kuze ni Mombasa Island. Alinambia mimi ni ustadhi nje ya msikiti, ama pastor nje ya kanisa, like I think you understand. Like I just do the message still, but in a different way.
In a different way?
Yeah. So I just have a part in the society to play. That's it.
So clearly, definitely, one thing you believe is that you must speak out on things that you feel personally are things that must be discussed.
Kabisa.
Like, out I compromise on that.
No. Like what I hear, what I see, what I've been told, zote zina apply kwa my lyrics. Unaona, alafu pia my surrounding yangu ina play part kubwa kwa my inspiration. I was inspired by my surrounding. I was inspired by my stories. I was inspired by my culture. I was inspired by the cars, the blessings of my land. Unajua, the sound of the birds and the water. And me walking through this Kenya, hapo ndo napata inspiration yangu.
And I could even tell kwa the song Kenda.
Of course.
I mean, it's a strong message about Mila na desturi, right?
Of course.
You can't forget your roots. You shouldn't ignore it. Read about it. Look it up.
Kabisa.
Ask people.
Kabisa. You'll forever be lost if you don't know where you're coming from. You'll forever live as a slave. You'll be a slave in this land if you don't know your roots. Trust me. Kuna watu mimi na hakika hawajui story ya clan yao ama hata utamaduni wao, not
So
not
many.
alone the country, not alone msijui nini, just like 5 to 7 years back.
Yeah.
Lakini ukimuuliza timu gani ya mpira iliscore juzi atakwambia, ukimuuliza who is the greatest Atlantic wazungu atakwambia, but ukimuuliza can you just tell me like 5 words, just make 5 words, tell me about Ngugi wa Thiong'o, or 5 words tell me about the daughters of Mumbi, unajua the Kirinyaga stories of Kikuyu, or tell me only, or just make a paragraph, a speech, tell me about Mekatilili wa Menza, or tell me about anything. Ama just Ronaldo Ngala, they don't know.
They don't. Yeah, that's
Wakiwaambia watakwambia we got independent 1963 and that's it. Yani wanajua whatever was written for them to read, that's it. Lakini yeye kuregea hata pati ya kukaa na watu wake, wavyele wake kujua hiyo hakuna.
And even aside from such very heavy topics on your music, the poetry bado inatokea in other songs like Majini.
Oh yeah, Majini.
Like, because you know, rappers wakitoa a song about affection to the significant other, it's always ni too very physical.
Ni demu ana haga kubwa.
She looks like
ni mzuri kama nani nini na nini.
Exactly, but you on that song ilikuwa uli break down to respect, you know, having a partner, someone who understands you, building one another.
Actually, Majini was not even a song to be released. Majini, niliweka tu YouTube, sema tu watu wakaipick na wakachukua. Mimi hoja nafanya ngoma kwa ajili ya kitu. Naweza fanya ngoma hususan hii msikize nyinyi peke yenu. Nashukuru and I'm okay. Trust me. Yani mimi I'm so much into projects. I'm not so much into kuachia kazi kila siku. My music is not a magazine. Ati kila siku lazima itokee kama Daily Nation whatever unasoma. No. I have time to do that. That was the only gift I could give at that time to the person ambaye nilikuwa ni partner wangu. Nilikosa zawadi ya kupayana kwa familia yao. So I had to do that music, alafu nikatokea kwamba I'm performing that music before nifunge pete ya maisha. So ukisikia hiyo ngoma, it's so much kuomba dua. Like sitokulelea, ushalelewa na mamako. Mimi labda nitakuzeesha mpaka kifo, because utakuja tutapata watoto, alafu itokee mpaka ndo utakuwa mama, utakuwa nyanya wa wajukuu, unaona. Alafu nikamwambia kwamba kazi yangu ni usanii, sina kazi ya kurock ofisini. I was so much telling her, unaona, kwamba accept the fact that I'm an artist. So it was just a big gift. Hata wasi perform hiyo ngoma sana, ni ile tu watu wanaipenda kwa sababu ina hiyo Caribbean vibe,
Caribbean vibe, you want to dance to, and then it just brings out the whole love effect. A weird thing though, almost every single video of yours or comments, you'll find 4, 5, 6, so many people are always saying one thing in common.
What?
This guy is so underrated. Why is his music not being played everywhere? This guy should be on the top. Like, when you see some of my comments, do you personally feel underrated, or do you even care?
Mimi wanaambia watangazaji waregee nyuma wajue historia. So mtu akisema underrated ni kwa sababu mimi si favorite wa mtangazaji. So akikosa kunicheza, no offense. Siwezi kulaumu ama siwezi kukatch feelings. No. My music was not meant for someone apende. It was meant for the society. So I'm never underrated. Me being celebrated Kenya, me taking chukua award best freestyle in East Africa. How am I underrated?
That's not underrated.
Me building house na kuna music yangu. How am I underrated? Me releasing Ke3 album, going viral in East Africa, the most sold album in history in Kenya. So how am I underrated? Underrated is just another story of saying, just like the way people say Kalamoto is a legend. Kituswe is a legend. Sweden is a legend. Squeezy legend means old. Yeah. That's it. So
and also Moto, the name itself. You come up at it.
Kianza ku rap na nini, ikawa na machuano fulani Tanzania. Kati nafanya freestyle battle. So your freestyle nikawa na rap na chana tunapoa topic na mambo saa rap kuhusu nini, unajua. So wale majaji wakawa wananiambia yule kaka ni moto. Yule kaka anachoma. Angalia alivomdismantle yule jamaa kwa lyrics. Ili kaa linachoma. So naenda kuanzia, so Kalamoto ina maana mbili. Like if you come here, you'll sit down. You'll just sit down and listen. Either the historical part, the activist part, the hip hop part, anything. You just sit down and learn something.
Want to do a lot.
Nam, thanks.
Martial arts. I am 100% certain Ukwanza martial arts because of self-defense.
No.
It was not because of that. Why did you get into it?
To say the truth, I did martial art so that it can protect me in my own things I have. mimi ni mtu nina hasira nyingi. I come from a clan that we are warriors.
Okay.
We have this, tukikasirika, we can do anything that is, may look or what, supernatural or what, I don't know. So we have that in our blood.
Yeah.
So nikikasirika, it's a different person, though, no Moto, no Ke3. Mimi sipendi uchokozi, sipendi kukasirishana, sipendi kupigana. But lipo trend sasa martial art toka 1999 mpaka sasa it's almost 20.
That's 22 years.
Yeah. So nikawa nafanya pole, naenda tournament, napigana. Martial art is not sport to me. Karate is never sport.
It's not a sport.
It's my lifestyle. Everything I do, if it's not hip hop, it's karate. I've never done anything out of these two disciplines. Hip hop is to know hop is the movement, and karate is kara is the art of empty hand.
The knowledge up in here. Are you listening to this? I see you also trying to do that to the youth in Mombasa.
Yeah, in Mombasa, I have done a lot in that city.
More than probably a lot of politicians.
Yeah, of course, kwa sababu back in the days I used to have a radio station ambao naleta watu wafanye freestyles on Thursdays na ikawasaidia marapa wengi. I've done a lot of movement ili mradi watu waweze kukaa kwenye positive vibe in that land, na najaribu kusaidia pia kizazi kwa sababu if not us tufanye na atafanya. Kama sisi hatukusaidiwa haimaanishi kwamba kizazi kije kipate shida. Kwa hiyo pia najaribu pia kusaidia pale ambapo naweza.
More power to you, my brother. Najua, you're heading off to the studio.
Yeah.
I hope I'll be able to meet one of the artists.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Lead the way. Let's do this.
Karibu ndani.
Kitu kinaweza kundesha ni ukosefu wa penzi lako. Upenzi lako, yani kama kuna kitu kinaweza kundesha.
Niambie mjomba. Fresh. Poa.
Si tuko upishi tu hapa.
Ndo naona kidogo.
Kijana mwenyewe.
Dewey, good to see you again.
Karibuni.
Hear a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Msikilizaji ako hapa.
So this is one of
She can introduce herself.
Alias Stefan from Mombasa. I'm an artist.
How's it working with this guy?
Actually, he's the one motivating me, taking me to the studio, practicing, also writing for me songs.
What?
Yeah, man.
And I know because you're a good motivator, you're a teacher, you're in good company.
Yes.
Hapa, I see beautiful things coming out, bro.
Kizazi kinatuhitaji, unajua mimi nikishikana na dili vizazi kama hivi ndio vitaonekana, unaona.
Man, thank you so much, Moto. The knowledge I've learned from just sitting down with you, amazing. The music, keep it going because Ikonoma. I love it. You guys, continue with your magic.
Peace.
Ashemendeni Kambio say, I have met a great person. Keep on doing what you do.
Okay, peace,
Respects.
bro. Peace, bro.
The man is a sensei. And I'm not just saying that because he happens to have a black belt degree in martial arts. It's also because he is a master of hip-hop, a master of himself, and he's a man all about empowerment. Moto, my respect.
Bakhita is a multidisciplinary artist with a conscious awareness of her music. She goes beyond artistic limitations to create a unique space for herself in the industry.
Yeah, I really love nature. I really like being able to immerse myself in different spaces, whether it's greenery, also when it's being in the city, allowing myself to really sit there and use all those sounds in my work. Yeah.
And you know, naturally some people would say that, you know, I'm inspired by this artist and the other artist, but which is normal and okay. But for you, you're so specific and you say nature plays a big role in how you create and you feel music. And I mean, I don't blame you. If I had this space to myself every day, I'd be in my creative juices all the time.
I mean, like, I wish I was here every day, but when I'm able to, I do try and make sure that I can come here. So a lot of my sound, especially as a musician, I use a lot of sounds from like birds, frogs, trees, waves when I'm by the ocean, you know. just beautiful things to keep the kind of music that I make fresh and feeling, just feeling new.
But like I told you, it's very unique because the first thing that, you know, most artists would say, I'm inspired by this musician, I'm inspired by that musician, but you go into nature and, you know, you just describe how it influences what you do, you know, how you write your music, how you express yourself. But I'm curious, you know, I want to begin on a more basic note.
No worries, let's go.
Bakhita, your name is the name of a saint. Is that your real name or your stage name?
So that's my real name. That's the name that I was assigned at birth. I guess it took like a lot for me to be able to identify with my name. So by the time I had come into really feeling like I could say that my name is Bakhita, I wanted to keep it as that. Like you said, or rather like as we were discussing, it's a lot about feeling like the lucky one and wanting a lot of fortune. I believe in manifestation as well. So
I can see that.
so keeping that energy and like ensuring that I'm manifesting for myself as much luck as possible. And I really love the name. And I was really bullied in nursery school and primary school for not having an English name because most of the people in my class did have English names. So yeah, it took a lot for me to be able to feel like Bakhita was someone that I loved, someone that I could identify with. So yeah, when I went into my art, I actually considered changing it, but I don't know, I really like the name and it feels like me. So yeah, excited to keep it.
It came as a process that you actually felt like, you know what, this name resonates with me and where I want to be. Because I mean, look at this. I was so surprised when you told me you painted this.
Yeah.
And it informs me that you reached a point of, you know, some awakening in yourself where you said, okay, fine, my name resonates with me. And this is how I want my art to look. This is how I want it to feel. So I need you to take me through that process of your mind, because I feel like I'm in your space, like this is your world and you created it. Take me through this and this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So visual aid is something that I've been experimenting with for a very long time. And painting especially is where I started before all of it. Everything else, you know, before I went into like designing sets. I've also designed stages for a couple of festivals like Ke3 New Year, Ongala Festival in Tanzania.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Good girl. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, coming into this, like, I used my art as a very deep way to kind of channel and work through my emotions. I struggled with a lot of mental health issues when I was growing up, depression, anxiety, not even actually just growing up, I'm saying it like it's so far back, and it's honestly like up until 2 years ago I was really, really struggling.
I see.
And my music, my art, my creation of spaces was how I'd escape from that. So especially like with set design, I really enjoy being able to escape, and so I build spaces that feel surreal. I paint things that feel surreal as well, because it's channeling and transforming and transporting my mind and the people who are able to interact with the pieces as well. So this painting is called Chamomile PYE. It's my last painting.
From your EP?
Yes.
The 7-track EP?
Yes, yes.
We're gonna get there, girl. 'Cause that video has like 3 stories in one. I was like, what? I'm like, why is it ending? Is it like going to be like a black space? No, there's another video. And this one, is it gonna be this? No, there's another video. Wow. Solo story.
Yes, yeah. It was so beautiful working on that, honestly. And the entire project was just talking about being able to protect your own energy. So that's the meaning of PYE. And chamomile being like taking time to slow down, like chamomile, drinking tea, and just, you know, really reflecting through your thoughts. And also camo in the sense that camouflaging yourself from the dangers of the world and being able to move miles without being interrupted, without giving too much of yourself away.
I see.
So yeah, finding ways to just build all of that and present that visually is what has put me into creating a lot of surrealist work.
When it comes to the processes of creation, you're very particular about your work. You say you're a multidisciplinary artist, you know, design sets. you style yourself, you know, you curate how your videos look like and the whole visualization, and you're very intentional about that. When did you reach a place in your art where you said, okay, I don't need anyone to tell me how I need to create my stuff, because there are the people who actually hire set designers, you know, and, you know, costume people and the like, but you feel like you're, you know, you're not an island, but you're just particular about how you want your art and yourself to be portrayed. So when did you get that, you know, working in you to say, this is what I want?
So it was actually last year that I became extremely intentional about how I was putting out everything, how I was marketing my music, how I was sharing my art, and where I was trying to get my art to the kind of spaces that I was also putting myself in, whether they were safe spaces for people who've experienced queer-related issues, for people who've experienced mental health issues, for people who've experienced sexual abuse, and I wanted to be part of the reason why I can create those spaces for people.
And when it comes to creativity and business, now, I do understand one thing about being a creative is your mind can be exploring with ideas that's where you mostly stick. You have to get someone to, you know, get the business end for you. How do you balance business and creativity?
Cool. Honestly, I was struggling for a long time. But last year I was able to meet a couple of people who were able to help me reimagine what my business as a creative could look like. I was able to get management for my music. So coming into this year, I was able to actualize now the meeting that I had with her. Yeah. She signed me on, so it's Keep Your Pay agency. There's a couple of other artists on it. I don't say my favorite, but one of the closest ones to my heart is called Jumadi. Maybe you've seen her work around, but yeah, she runs a very beautiful agency for mostly female and queer artists, and that sense of having like representation really allowed me to have confidence in, you know, being able to ask for my rate up front, being able to, you know, state your demands without feeling like you need to kind of shy away from being I don't know, kind of thought that you're rude or stuff like that. So yeah, it has been very beautiful to have her on board and help me with my music.
Speaking of beauty, man, you're in vogue. Quickly tell me, how did that happen?
Wow, so a photographer reached out to me on Instagram during the pandemic last year. Yeah, just IG, imagine. Yeah, and you just have to put your tags.
Hey.
And it was so beautiful because he just reached out and said like he really resonates with the work that I've been doing. He was really encouraged by the fact that I can be working during COVID because I was doing my own sets and everything.
And performing.
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, please, can we do something? So we planned like a cute little 5-spread shoot. And we actually shot it on FaceTime for most of it. I had one of my friends, Natasha Ayo, come on and be the photographer on this end, and he was now taking the photos on his end. I had another one of my friends, Nyokavi, come on and help with the styling and set design, and they were really adamant in like being able to make sure that it was all set on the day. So it was just 3 of us here actually. And we went around and took like beautiful pictures, and wow, it was a great experience, great for the portfolio. So,
nice,
yeah.
Yes. But girl, let me go back to something we're speaking about. Winton alumni, music.
You know.
But you went into a higher grade of, you know, piano. You did piano and voice.
Yeah.
ABRSM.
Yeah.
Please define what that is, because I say it all the time, but I need someone else to say it apart from how I say it.
ABRSM is unfortunately the British School of Music. I don't know what
that's
the A
the Board of
for.
Royal Schools of Music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's like, you can be tested on different things. There's violin, there's saxophone, there's piano. So yeah, I started with piano. I tested a couple of other things.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't get very far with those, but piano really was very adamant in my life. And then also voice because of my mama. And
yeah, you and I have a lot in common there. Yeah, piano and voice, yes. Which are your favorite keys, major keys or flat keys?
I love minor keys.
You do?
And the more diminished, the better.
I never got there. Really? That gave me a headache.
I love minor keys. And honestly, the bluer and the sadder, like that kind of commit.
Alicia Keys, like, sometimes she goes into that zone, girl.
I really like that.
I respect that. Like anyone who's gone that far into it, and I know it's not easy. I feel like if I got a manuscript right now, I would it would take me a minute to get, because it's a zone you get into, and you get into that zone, and I want to see it. Please come. Can I see? Could you show me?
I mean, I could play you something.
Please play me something
I'd
in a
love to
minor
play.
key.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
I've been up for hours thinking, should I have relinquished more power? Maybe. Should I have kept trying to understand your desires, your hopes, your fires? This fire, see, you called me a liar, asking where I've been at and said it doesn't matter. But I've been home trying to be a fighter. Remember, I'm a crier. I told you I'm a crier. Now I wanna know, how can I continue being strong for us both? How can you still want me to hold you close? How can I be the only one ready to let this go? Walls closing in, demons screaming, let me in. Thoughts itching still, screaming faster than my will to live. Now I wanna know, how can I continue being strong for us both? How can you still want me to hold you close? How can I be the only one ready to let this go? How can I be the only one? How can I? Walls closing in, demons screaming, let me in. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your art. I appreciate who you are. And like I said, I'm happy you're here, because you're here and you decided to live and share your story. Then you were able to experience the complexities and the artistry that is you. So I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bakhita's creativity is inspired by her life's journey, which she expresses through her art and music. They say art is an imitation of life, and there's no bigger inspiration than that of your personal experiences.
Exactly. So, find your canvas and let your inspiration flow.
Catch us same place, same time, right here.
For another episode of What's Good Africa Kenya edition.
Free.